This is the broadcast of Back Roads of Illinois. We are bringing latest agricultural news and markets update on Back Roads of Illinois. Bring you like inside of the markets and interview with people in the agricultural industry for farmers and ranchers in central Illinois and across the Midwest. This is the Markets Club podcast on a Friday, starting with Aaron Curtis from Mid Commodity in Bloomington, Illinois. We were talking about the harvest season in central Illinois. We were back with Aaron Curtis from Mid Commodity. We were talking about the corn yields and demand for export of beans in central Illinois with Aaron Curtis from Mid Commodity in Bloomington. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thank you, Caesar, for having me.
Let's start our conversation about updating on the harvest season in central Illinois near Bloomington and Champaign. Could you tell our listeners?
Just kind of getting a good start here, Caesar. We've had pretty decent weather up to this point, but just kind of getting into things. The farmer's been pretty patient so far, just because partly due to, we had a little bit of a spread out planting season, but also at these lower prices, farmers trying to be a little bit patient on, paying any high drying costs here in order to harvest the crop. So it's been a little bit patient, but we are starting to see some things starting to move. Been a few beans cut here in central Illinois. Overall, the early beans have been pretty good. So concern, I think, right now is the beans are a little too dry. It's been very dry here through central Illinois. So I think we're seeing some moistures getting pretty dry. So it's actually stopped a little bit of bean harvest just because moistures are so low. But we're seeing corn yields pretty good. I mean, yeah, mid 200s is catching a lot of the corn right now. So that's been very good. We got some rain coming into the central Illinois area here starting over the weekend, early next week. I think that'll be a benefit. Should help with the beans. It's awful dry. So I think most producers will welcome that little break. And then I would think once that rain is passed, we should see harvest pick up in earnest here over the next week to 10 days. But overall, corn yields have been very good here so far, and still maybe a little concern about some of the bean yields maybe dropping off here due to some of this late dry weather, but time will tell if that's the case. But so far, just a kind of a slow start, but I think over the next week to 10 days, we'll get going. But I think the producers pretty happy so far in what they're seeing yield-wise.
How was the planting season in central Illinois near Champaign and Decatur?
The planting season was kind of spread out. We got some corn and beans in early in April. Then we had a wet time through there, end of April, early May. So then we've got into more mid-May in order to finish up the crop. So that's kind of spaced out a little bit of the maturity here. So we're going to have a round of corn that's ready here now, and that's what they're harvesting right now. And then some of it's going to be a little bit later, more so into late September, early October because of that later planting date. So this dry weather, obviously, and warm weather here at the end of the season has definitely pushed maturities along, but we did space the planting season out a little bit, which should help a little bit with harvest because with this big crop we got coming in, we definitely want to try to ease some of the bottlenecks on the logistics, both at the elevator and in transportation. So hopefully with that spread out planting season, that helps spread out harvest a little bit and helps us get through it a little easier.
Okay, Aaron. We have our competitors in Brazil and Argentina. They are planting in Brazil. What is your sources on their planting season for right now?
Yeah, it's been a slow start so far, and that's partly dry weather is as well. They've been very dry in parts of Argentina and Brazil. There's been a lot of media coverage here on some of their river systems continuing to fall out and be at low levels and delaying some transportation. But Argentina is about 7 or 8% done on corn planting. Brazil typically, we typically see a few early beans here in September, but not a lot been done so far just because farmers waiting for dry weather, some wetter weather to get more active planting going. But it does look like maybe some rain chances start to improve in October. That's when rainy season starts through South America. So we'll keep an eye on that. If that dry weather pattern will continue through October, then I think that's something the market will start paying attention to. But right now, it's just a little too early to get too concerned about some of the slow start on planting there. But definitely something to keep an eye on here as we move forward, is that dry weather could be a market factor if it will continue over the next few weeks.
Do you have any final thoughts, Aaron?
Yeah, I think price-wise, the market's going to continue to trade sideways here as we continue to look forward to what this harvest is going to bring, what these yields are going to come out, and how they compare to what the USDA has. We do have another set of crop reports out at the end of the month, quarterly stocks and final wheat production that could have some bearing on the market, but it's really going to be what we see on yields and what we see on exports for the foreseeable future. And then we'll turn our attention to South American weather. And if they receive some of those timely rains or continues to be dry, it's going to continue to influence the market here as we move into the fall months. But overall, just want to wish everybody a safe and healthy harvest season. It's going to be a lot of corn, a lot of beans to work through. So just be mindful of that, not only at your own operation, but also with those folks who work in the elevator system as well. We always remind folks to be patient. We all get through this if we work together, and hopefully everybody has a safe harvest.
Where people can find you for their risk management consulting services in Central Illinois.
Yeah, so you can find us on our website, midco.com, and find out more information about Midco Commodities.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, Caesar. Have a great day.
This is Aaron Curtis from Mid-Commodity in Bloomington on back roads of Illinois. Thanks to Aaron Curtis from Mid-Commodity. This has been the Markets Club podcast with Cesar Delgado.